Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dibs, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Today, we are breaking down my final top 10 interior defensive linemen in the 2023 NFL draft, guys. If you love the draft, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go. Let's jump right in. Number one, that is Jalen Carter out of Georgia. Jalen Carter has special block destruction skills due to his explosiveness and body control. He's got rare athleticism for his size with tremendous strength, explosiveness, and versatility. He's 6'3", and he can consistently get to the quarterback, showing an array of pass rush moves. He's got a lightning quick first step and super strong hands. Carter's elite hand usage, motor, upper body strength, twitch, and balance will allow him to become a potential all-pro interior defensive lineman at the next level. Let's move on to my number two, and that is Kalijaun Canty out of Pittsburgh. The bad news, at 6 foot, 280 pounds, Canty may not tick the physical boxes from the defensive tackle position. The good news, he's borderline elite at attacking the passer. This is a high-end athlete for the position who, since 2020, has 31 tackles for loss and 12.5 sacks. At the NFL Combine, Canty's performance helped quell some of those worries. His athleticism was on full display in Indianapolis, running a blazing 4.67 second 40-yard dash. That wasn't just the best among defensive tackles this year, but one of the best times by a defensive tackle ever. He's incredibly lean and light on the interior, which makes him extremely explosive, twitchy, and agile. He struggles a bit against the run due to a strength disadvantage, but a player who's as disruptive as he is certainly warrants NFL attention. Let's go to my number three, and that is Brazee out of Clemson. Even though the numbers don't pop off the page, Brazee's disruptive talent is evident every time he takes the football field. Brazee's got amazing physical attributes with elite power and agility for his size. Brazee plays with leverage and really good power in the lower body. He can consistently do his job against double teams in the run game, and I think his elite strength and balance should allow him to thrive in either a 4-3 or 3-4 defense at the next level. His best attribute against the run is his quickness off the snap, which allows him to split late arriving double teams, as well as allowing him to consistently defeat reach blocks. This is a guy who is a weapon on stunts because of how quick his first step is, allowing him to beat blockers to the spot. Let's go to my number four, and that is Gervon Dexter out of Florida. Gervon Dexter was a big-time recruit for the Gators who just hasn't met his full potential. A former 5-star prospect, Dexter is built like the prototype versatile lineman that dominates the pros in the modern era. At 6'6", 309 pounds, Dexter is a dominating presence with a lean, athletic frame, but also the elite length to blast back offensive linemen. That power originates from a near-elite first step off the line. This high-end length and degree of explosiveness makes him a very intriguing prospect with a limitless ceiling and one of the best upsides in the draft. The question for Dexter will be whether he will continue to develop his skill set to be an impactful starter in the NFL to match those rare physical traits. Let's talk about my number 5 prospect in the class, and that is Keanu Benton out of Wisconsin. Here's a prospect who is on the rise. Benton has a stout, stocky build, really good first step quickness, and the agility to handle playing in a 3 technique role at the next level. He can consistently rush from the inside and showed a solid arsenal of moves to get to the quarterback. The first thing to know about Keanu is his amazing handwork. He can shed off blocks really well. At the Combine, his draft stock continued to take off. His 3-cone drill time of 7.34 seconds ranked second among 11 defensive tackles who participated. His 25 bench press reps at 225 pounds ranked 5th, and his vertical jump, broad jump, and 20-yard shuttle time all ranked in the top 5 among defensive tackles. This is one to watch out for. Let's move on to my number 6 defensive tackle, and that is Siaki Ika out of Baylor. This is a huge 6'4", 350-pound nose tackle prospect who is also one of the rare athletes that can stop the run and the pass. Ika has racked up 45 pressures since the start of the 2021 season. He's a one-gap destroyer who comes downhill and attacks the pocket. Ika gets off the line quickly and flashes pass rushing upside, but the immediate utility comes from his high-level space-eating ability. Siaki Ika is arguably the best in the class at holding double teams in the run game and maintaining positioning on the interior. He may not have great range, but it would be a mistake to dismiss him as immobile. This is a guy who's incredibly powerful, and he can ragdoll blockers that try to take him on alone, dominating in a phone booth. Let's move on to my number 7 defensive tackle, and that is Tuli Tuipulotu out of USC. This is a guy who was insanely productive in 2022 with 9 sacks and 15 tackles for loss in 9 games. Wherever a potential mismatch exists, Tuipulotu should be there. What's special about Tuli is his alignment versatility to play from the interior or rush from the edge. Tuipulotu's build and playstyle are incredibly unique, and his high-end tools actively build excitement for an enticing ceiling. Tuipulotu lost 20 pounds to go from 290 to 266 before heading to the combine. Tuipulotu needs to be the right fit for the team drafting him, but I think this guy will be absolutely a productive rusher at the next level. Let's move on to my number 8, and that is Mozzy Smith out of Michigan. Here's a physically impressive prospect at 6'3" and 337 pounds. Smith is a massive, well-leveraged lineman who couples that size with high-end athleticism and strength. He was the top Feldman freak this past summer with a documented 33-inch vertical and a 6'9" 3-cone at his size. That athleticism shows up on tape as well. He has a quick first step and flashes impressive lateral agility. For a player as strong as he is, Smith too often gives up leverage and gets worked off the line. But we're talking about the upside here, and in a league where high upside nose tackles are everything, Mozzy Smith should hear his name called sooner than later when draft night begins. Let's move on to my number 9, and that is Jacqueline Roy out of LSU. Roy played in all 13 games last year, starting one of them, and he had moderate production with 30 total tackles, 6 for loss, 1.5 sacks, and a forced fumble. Jacqueline Roy is a powerful, wide-body defender in the middle of the line who displays solid athleticism. He's not much of a pass rusher, but the ability to stuff the run and occupy gaps makes him an attractive next-level prospect. He does a great job getting his big hands up to block passes if he's unable to beat his man. He flashes exciting bursts off the snap, and he's extremely thick through the lower body. If he can generate more knee bend and get his weight underneath him in the run game, the ceiling is extremely high for Jacqueline Roy at the next level. Coming in number 10 in my rankings is Moro Ojomo out of Texas. Ojomo is one of the most NFL-ready run defenders in the entire draft class. He can get up and down the line of scrimmage with ease, as well as 2-gap when left one-on-one. Ojomo possesses an ideal build to play the run with a low center of gravity at 6'2", but long arms to keep blockers at bay. This is why he earned the 4th highest run defensive grade in the country among defensive tackles last year, despite being under 300 pounds. Moro Ojomo gets good extension with his arms, locates the football, and does a good job of keeping his shoulders square while he flows toward the play direction. Negative-wise, he's on the small side for a pro defensive lineman. He's going to win at the next level with his quickness, and he's the type who's going to collapse the pocket with his brutal bull rush. So those are my final top 10 defensive tackles in the 2023 NFL Draft. Do you agree or disagree with my rankings? Of course, let me know down in that comment section below. Did I miss anybody? I want to hear from you guys. For everything NFL Draft, lock it down here to Edge of Philly Sports and smash that subscribe button, or follow me on Twitter at Mr. Crockpot. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome.